My panel is back with me, Lucy, Joan, and Luke. So I want to get right into a conversation that Adam Kinzinger had this morning on NBC about the cruelty inside GOP primaries. Why don't we take a listen?
Somehow in the Republican Party, the crueler you are, the more likely you are to win a primary. So Blake Masters, for instance, can erase his website all he wants and now pretend like he's some soft on this guy. Yeah. But he isn't, because he used it to win a primary.
Joan, how do you read that from the Democrats' perspective? There's a lot of talk about how these primaries are pushing forward these hard-edged candidates. You have them now trying to clean up their act a little bit going into the general election. What do Democrats see with this cruelty? And is that something, as we saw with the president this week, where they can begin to call it out more and more for what it is?
I think it's great that the president is calling it out more and more. You know, a friend of mine, a distant friend, Adam Serwer, great writer for The Atlantic, wrote a piece a long time ago about Trump called "The Cruelty is the Point." And Trump really set this tone at the top so that now you have people like J.D. Vance. Remember, he was Hillbilly Elegy. He was telling a softer story about the hardship of his ancestors. And now he's telling women to stay in violent marriages for the children. I mean, these people, Ron DeSantis, he didn't have a primary, but as he gears up for November, is saying he wants to chuck that little elf, Anthony Fauci, across the Potomac. I mean, they're thugs. There's a fascistic element. The president is absolutely right. There's a thuggish element, and I don't want to say Trump invented it, but man, he empowered it. He unleashed it.
So, Lucy, there in that same interview, you had Adam Kinzinger talking about the hypocrisy inside the GOP. The once, battle cry, lock her up, now silence with respect to what we see happening down in Mar-a-Lago. Let's take a listen.
The hypocrisy of folks in my party that spent years chanting "lock her up" about Hillary Clinton because of some deleted emails or quote-unquote wiping a server are now out there defending a man who very clearly did not take the national security of the United States to heart, and it'll be up to DOJ whether or not that reaches the level of indictment. But this is disgusting in my mind, and like this, no president should act this way.
Lucy, do you think the country sees that for what it is as well? I mean, just more broadly speaking, across the spectrum, when you look at what's happening right now and what's being revealed from the documents that are being investigated?
Well, I hope that the country sees that. I mean, I think that we have a very strong tradition of following the rules around documents in this country. And even if you are just a layperson, that's something that you understand. That's something that you understand we entrust our elected officials to be cognizant of and to be prudent and judicious about. So I hope so. I do wish that Representative Kinzinger had not taken that moment to do a false equivalency between the butthurt emails crowd then and what's happening now. Those are not the same thing at all. And I actually think that I understand the point he's trying to make. I understand the appeal he's trying to make. But in a way, that just creates an opportunity for Republicans to relitigate something that was not at all the same many years ago. And so I hope that people like Kinzinger, people like Cheney will dispense with even participating in that false equivalency between then and now.
So, Luke, I saved a goodie for you. Okay. This was a priceless moment brought to us by Jamie Foxx. Let's take a listen.
They tried to give me the virus. I beat the virus.
I love Jethro. I love Jethro. Excuse me. Fake news.
It doesn't get any better than that, baby.
It's just a dead-on impersonation. I
don't really. Jamie, you've been hiding that from us. What's up? I mean, it just kind of captured the moment, didn't it?
Yeah, and it gets to the absurdity that we're living through some of the time, and I laughed out loud when I heard it. It was so perfect.
They tried to give me the virus. I beat the virus.
Who is they? Yeah.
Lucy, what do you think of that level of crazy, right? It's all good, right?
China.
Lucy Caldwell, Joan Walsh, Luke Broadwater, thank you all for being with us this morning, and we'll be right back after this.